the simple question. Why aren't they allowing the general, the newspaper, the general TV to come to Syria and to watch and report exactly what's happening in Syria? They are such suppressive, aggressive, killing government. They don't care about the human rights. They are very selfish. We have been under this single party government for the past 41 years. If Bashar is up to what he is claiming, that he's a democratic president, he has been given a chance for the last 11 years. And he has done nothing. You all remember his speech about 3 weeks ago. It was such a silly, shallow speech. I was amazed that he started his speech with that nasty smile on his face. I myself expected from him to stand 1 minute piece of silence to acknowledge the death of these murderers that have been killed in different cities in Syria. Amazingly, it was counted that he was laughing and smiling for 14 times during that speech. What a ridiculous speech. What a ridiculous claim. Now the Ba'ath Party came out to say, we have been acknowledging the Syrian demand. We have been established all these regulations.
This is what you say.
Now we are put them into effect. In fact, after
No, I'll get in trouble. I'll get in trouble like my mum.
the following day, they arrested 500 people.
Hi Aisha, look down
Hi.
to me. Look down to me.
Don't!
In all cities around Syria, we are here to rally peacefully, to support these people who are not armed, and what has been said on the news, that there are people coming from outside, or rubbish, and it's hard to believe. And in fact, if you watch different channels on TV, you can hear that they have been arrested, some of these people who are making these claims. And in fact, the government itself has been asked some lawyers to the government to wear that unofficial dress and immerse themselves
Yeah, I'm gonna put on YouTube.
to announce or to cause a random issue, and they are trying to force some of the demonstrators to carry some weapons to show the world that these are aggressive people, they are not insurgent people. Unfortunately, the Syrian government has no acknowledgement of the human rights. The killing continues to happen day after day. And we as a human, we should stand firm to say enough for killing, enough for shedding the blood of innocent people. No one can tolerate such a regime, which in fact is a dictatorship, and they are saying themselves as democratic government. جزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Free, free Syria! 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 Free, free Syria!
Jazakallah khairan. Next up, we have Sister Heba, another one of our promising youth, and we want to see more of this. I can't say it enough. The youth is our future. You know this. So push your youth into action. Sister Heba, please make her feel welcome. She's going to tell us a little bit about some of the torture that's currently happening.
Assalamu alaikum. I just want to talk about the stuff that's happening in the prison at this time. Adnan was arrested last Friday in Mudania, a town near Damascus, after protests in which he did not take part. We saw about 1,000 protesters come out of the mosque, and then more people came to join them. The mosque was surrounded by riot police and troops, but it was peaceful until the protesters tried to start marching, chanting, God, Syria, freedom, that's all. Some protesters threw stones, then we saw the security forces open fire. One seemed to target the protest leader. They shot him in the head. We were trying to leave the town when someone shouted stop and ordered us to kneel down. It was troops from the 4th Division, the elite unit commanded by President Bashar al-Assad's brother Mahir, which has been involved in suppressing protests in Daraa, the southwestern town that has become a focus for unrest. We have always regarded the security forces with fear, but not the army. They are conscripts, even in the lower ranks of the 4th Division. They pulled our tops over our heads so we couldn't see clearly and pinned our arms behind our backs. Then they hit us on the back of the heads, sometimes with the butts of their guns. They accused us of being foreign agents and of trying to film protests to send to the media. We were thrown in the back of an army truck and taken to the base on the outskirts of Damascus. We were put in a room and beaten from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. Can you imagine? For 12 hours without sleep. It would stop for 15 minutes and then someone else would come in and start. They accused us of working for former Lebanese Prime Minister Saad al-Hariri and the Saudi Prince Bandar bin Sultan. There was no point in arguing. They would only beat us more. In the morning, we were taken to the Air Force Intelligence. We were put in a 15-metre square cell with more than 50 people. There were 15-year-old boys and 80-year-old men. We could only stand up. There was no space to sleep. I thought, why are they locking these people up? This is why protests first started. None of them had been at protests before. Some were arrested just because they were from Iran. Many were fathers and sons. People were covered in blood. They had bruising and cuts on their bodies or bashed their faces. I tried to lift the spirits of the young people by talking to them. One 15-year-old boy asked me why we were there if the president had lifted the emergency law. I didn't know what to say. This country isn't run on war. A man my age was crying. I asked him why. He told me he had heard his elderly father being beaten and he had begged them to beat him instead. He is old. He can't take it like I can, he said, but they ignored me. Another man with cancer asked if he could go home. They replied, we don't care about your illness. If you die, we will dig a grave for you here. The whole experience is built around humiliation. We were blindfolded. We were shouted at. We were only allowed to the toilet once a day for 3 seconds. We had to strip down to our